When I was 15, my mom got a job offer she couldn't turn down. Better pay, better benefits, whole new city. Problem was, the only place we could afford on short notice was this big, tired-looking two-story house on the far side of town. Not a bad neighborhood exactly, just forgotten. The kind of street where half the houses have for sale signs that have been there so long the letters are peeling. The realtor called it a fixer-upper with charm. My mom called it affordable. I called it creepy from the second we pulled into the driveway. The house had been empty almost 2 years. Previous owners left fast, didn't even take most of their furniture. There was still a couch in the living room, a kitchen table with 4 mismatched chairs, and an old upright piano nobody bothered to move. Mom said we'd sell what we could and donate the rest. I just wanted to sleep somewhere that didn't smell like dust and someone else's life. The upstairs had 4 bedrooms. Mine was at the end of the hall, small, slanted ceiling, one window that looked out over the backyard and the woods behind it. Mom took the biggest room. My little sister Ellie, who was only 7, picked the one with the window seat. That left the spare bedroom, the one nobody really wanted. It was bigger than mine, but something about it felt wrong. The walls were painted this pale hospital green that had faded unevenly. There was a single full-length mirror bolted to the inside of the closet door. Not a cheap one either. Thick frame, good glass, the kind that probably cost more than the rest of the furniture in the room combined. When you opened the closet, the mirror faced the bed. When you closed it, the mirror faced the room. There was no way to turn it away unless you took the whole door off the hinges. Mom said it gave the room character. I said it gave me the creeps. Ellie just wanted to know if she could have the room instead. Mom told her no, she was too little to sleep so far from the stairs. We moved in the middle of July. Hot, sticky, no AC yet because the unit was busted and the landlord promised to fix it next week. First couple nights were fine. Unpacked boxes, argued about where the TV should go, normal new house chaos. I slept with my door open because the hallway light made me feel less alone. It was maybe the 4th or 5th night when I heard it. A soft tapping. Not loud, just persistent. Like someone testing the mirror with a fingernail. Tap, 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 pause. Tap, tap, tap. I lay there in the dark telling myself it was the house settling, or pipes, or the wind moving branches against the window. But the window was on the other side of the room, and there was no wind that night. I got up, walked down the hall, stood outside the spare bedroom door. Nothing. Dead quiet. I pushed the door open a few inches. The mirror caught the hallway light and threw it back at me, my own face looking pale and wide-eyed. I stared at myself for a second, then closed the door again. Next morning, I asked Mom if she heard anything weird last night. She laughed and said old houses make noises and I should get used to it. Ellie said she heard someone walking around, but she thought it was me going to the bathroom. I didn't tell them about the tapping. A week later, the tapping came back. Same rhythm, same time, right around 1:20 a.m. This time it lasted longer, almost 2 full minutes. Then it stopped, just like before. I started sleeping with my door closed and a pair of earbuds in. Didn't help much. About a month in, things got weirder. I'd come home from school and find small things moved in my room. Not big stuff, not like someone ransacked the place, just adjusted. My headphones would be on the desk instead of hanging on the lamp. My water bottle would be open when I knew I'd closed it. One time, my phone charger was plugged in even though I always unplug it before I leave. I started locking my door when I left the house. Didn't tell Mom. She would have thought I was being paranoid. Then one Saturday, Ellie came running downstairs crying, said she was playing hide and seek with herself in the spare bedroom, and when she hid in the closet, she saw someone standing behind her in the mirror. Not her reflection, someone else, taller, wearing a hoodie. She said the person didn't move when she moved, just stood there watching her. I told her it was her imagination. She said no, she saw it clear as day. Mom hugged her and said maybe it was the light playing tricks, or maybe she saw her own shadow funny. Ellie wouldn't go upstairs alone after that. That night, I couldn't sleep. Around 1:15, I heard the tapping again. Louder this time, more deliberate. I got up from bed, grabbed my flash for the flashlight, and walked down the hall. The spare bedroom door was already open about 3 inches. I hadn't left it open. I know I hadn't. I pushed it wider. The room smelled different. Not musty like normal, but metallic, like wet coins. The mirror was there, reflecting the hallway light and me standing in the doorway. I stepped inside. Tap, tap, tap. It was coming from inside the closet. I walked over, heart slamming against my ribs, and opened the closet door all the way. The mirror showed me standing there, phone flashlight shaking in my hand, but behind me, in the reflection, there was someone else. Same height as me, same hoodie I'd worn to school that day, same messy hair, same everything, except the face. The face in the reflection wasn't mine. It was off. Eyes too wide, mouth too flat, like someone had tried to copy me and gotten most of the details right but missed the soul part. I spun around. Nothing. Empty room. I looked back at the mirror. Now it was just me again. Normal me, breathing hard, looking terrified. I slammed the closet door shut and backed out of the room. Didn't sleep. Next morning, I told Mom we needed to get rid of that mirror. She asked why. I said it scared Ellie. Half true. She rolled her eyes but said fine, we could take it down and put it in the garage for now. We tried. The screws holding the mirror to the closet door were rusted solid. Dad-level tools wouldn't budge them. Mom said we'd deal with it later, maybe call a handyman. I didn't argue. I just wanted it gone. That week, I started staying late at friends' houses, made excuses, basketball practice, group projects, anything to not be home after dark. Mom didn't push it. She was working long hours and probably happy I wasn't underfoot. But some nights, I had to come back. One of those nights, I got home around 11:30. House was quiet. Mom's car was in the driveway. Ellie's light was off. I crept upstairs, brushed my teeth, went to my room. Around 1:25, the tapping started again. This time, it wasn't just tapping. It was knocking, soft, polite knocking, from inside the spare bedroom. I lay there frozen, listening to it go on for almost 5 minutes. Then silence. Then footsteps. Slow, heavy, coming down the hall toward my door. I pulled the blanket over my head like a little kid. Stupid, I know, but I couldn't move. The footsteps stopped right outside my door. I heard the knob turn, slow, careful. The door creaked open maybe 2 inches. Then nothing. No one came in. No one spoke. After a long time, the door eased shut again. Footsteps retreated down the hall. I heard the spare bedroom door open and close. I didn't sleep. Next morning, I checked the spare bedroom. The mirror was still there, but now there was a handprint on the glass. Big, adult-sized, smudged like someone had pressed their palm against it hard. The print faced outwards, toward the room, toward whoever was sleeping in that bed. Nobody in my family has hands that big. I took a picture of it with my phone, showed Mom. She got quiet, said maybe it was from the movers. I told her the movers never went in that room. She stared at the photo long time, then said she'd call someone to take the mirror down that weekend. Friday night, I stayed at my friend Ryan's house. Saturday morning, Mom texted me, "Can you come home? Need help moving stuff." I didn't want to, but I went. When I got there, the spare bedroom door was closed. Mom was in the kitchen drinking coffee, looking tired. Ellie was at a friend's birthday party. Mom said, "I tried to take it down myself yesterday, couldn't do it, but I did manage to cover it." She duct taped a big moving blanket over the mirror and the whole closet door. Looked ridiculous, like a bad ghost costume. I asked if she heard anything last night. She hesitated, then said, "I thought I heard Ellie crying. Went to check on her, she was asleep. But when I came back down the hall, I saw someone standing in the spare bedroom doorway. Just standing there, looking at me." She laughed, nervous, said it was probably her reflection in the mirror before she covered it, but her voice cracked a little. We decided to leave the blanket up and deal with the mirror later, maybe when we could afford to replace the whole closet door. That night, I stayed home, couldn't think of a good excuse to leave again. Around 1:25, the tapping started. But this time, it was different. It was coming from my own closet. Tap, 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 tap. I sat up in bed, my closet door was cracked open. I always keep it closed. I reached for my phone, flashlight on, pointed it at the closet. The door eased open another inch, by itself. I saw the edge of the mirror. Not the spare bedroom mirror, my own closet mirror, the cheap one that came with the house. Except now it wasn't cheap looking anymore. The glass looked thick, the frame looked heavy, same dark wood as the one in the spare bedroom. And in the reflection, I saw myself sitting on my bed. But I wasn't moving. The reflection me was just staring straight ahead, unblinking, mouth slightly open. I moved my arm. The reflection didn't. I stood up. The reflection stayed sitting. Then it slowly turned its head toward me and smiled. Not my smile, too wide, too many teeth. I ran, down the hall, down the stairs, out the front door. Didn't stop until I was 3 blocks away, barefoot, shaking on someone's lawn. I called Mom from a neighbor's porch. She came and got me. I told her everything. The tapping, the handprint, the figure Ellie saw, what I saw in my own mirror. She didn't argue this time. We packed a few bags that night and went to my aunt's house 40 minutes away. Mom said we'd figure out the rest later, maybe break the lease. Same height, same hoodie, same backpack. He even knew the alarm code. We hung up. Mom called the police. They did a welfare check. House was empty. No sign of forced entry. Our stuff was still there, mostly. But the moving blanket was gone from the spare bedroom closet. The mirror was clean. No handprint, no smudges. Just perfect, clear glass. And in the very corner of the mirror, so small you'd miss it unless you were looking close, someone had scratched 2 words into the glass with something sharp. Come home. We never went back. Mom broke the lease, we lost the deposit, we moved into a tiny apartment across town. Smaller, more expensive. No spare bedrooms, no mirrors on closet doors. I still check mirrors sometimes, quick glances, just to make sure the reflection moves when I move, smiles when I smile. Most of the time it does. But sometimes, late at night, when I'm brushing my teeth or getting a drink of water, I catch it. A half-second delay, a blink that happens after mine, a smile that starts before I do. I don't say anything anymore. Not to Mom, not to Ellie, not to anyone. Because deep down I know, whatever's doing this, it's patient. It waited months for us to get comfortable. It waited years maybe for the right family to move in. And if it's still wearing my face, walking around that house, opening my boxes, sleeping in my bed, then it's not in a hurry. It's already home. And one of these days it's going to want me to come back. I don't know what I'll do when that day comes, but I know one thing. When it knocks on my door, I won't answer.